Questions left to answer in 2025. Let's officially hit this segment here. I want to start with your boys, McLaren, leading the championship order. Does Lando have enough to take this fight to Oscar? That's my big question. We're going to find out, obviously, over the next 10 races, and we've kind of detailed this back and forth. Does he not? Do I think so? Do I not think so? I would be inclined maybe to say he doesn't quite have it. I think this is still Oscar's championship to lose. The points obviously prove me correct, but that to me is the big question. What's your big question for McLaren the rest of the way? And it could be the same. I just, I want to get your thought.
My big question for McLaren the rest of the way is, are you going to let these garages continue to do two different things, two different strategies the entire way? If so, I think that makes things more interesting.
Checking out Ferrari. Will Lewis Hamilton find the podium this year? I think that he is on pace to be the longest Ferrari driver without a podium so far, which is a pretty impressive record, all things considered. But that's my big question. Can Lewis find a P3 or better? Obviously, I think that's my biggest question. What about you?
I mean, mine's pretty simple. Can Ferrari figure it out? Can they kind of get an idea of momentum going into 2026? Because right now it looks like they're at a dead stop. My question is, can Ferrari look like they're having fun before the end of the year?
Mercedes
They don't look like they're having fun.
You know what? I think we can agree on that for sure. Mercedes, will they hammer out George and Kimi's extensions? When will this happen? This has been, I'm not so much worried about it. It seems like the consensus is that this is going to happen. I would be shocked, but like, how much longer are these guys going to be sitting in the lurch? Now that Max Verstappen is absolutely not a prospect, how much longer is it going to take for them to iron out finer details if that's where they're at? George doesn't seem super worried about it. Kimi doesn't seem super worried about it. But as fans, I think we're starting to get to this point where I thought this thing was going to be done by Silverstone. Maybe Kimi's extension gets finished by Monza. Who knows?
Good question. Really good question. I didn't know if you were going to keep it on track or off track. I think they're probably going to get those done after the season's over. If I had to guess at this rate, might as well just wait. My question for Mercedes is more Kimi driven. Don't come kill me in the comments, TLPs. That's not what I'm doing here. Kimi needs a little bit of a turnaround and a little bit of a he's experienced the first part of the season. I would like to see a little fewer rookie mistakes from Kimi. So I guess my question would be, can Kimi kind of settle in a little bit more into the Mercedes seat?
Yeah, I think towards the, Hungary, he finally found the points again in Europe. They changed the suspension, so things will hopefully be a little bit smoother for him. Red Bull, I mean, similar question from before. Like, who's going to be Max's teammate? Are we going to know before the end of the season? That's my big question.
That's a good question as well. Will we know by the end of the season? I don't think we will. My question for Red Bull is, oh man, are you going to give Max a car to compete at least P5 with
this year?
Yeah, I mean,
he's won a couple races, but yeah, down the stretch, how frustrated is he going to be? Williams, will Carlos Sainz find the points more often? Struggled thus far to find consistency in this new digs. Is he going to be able to get more comfortable in this unit, or is he already dead set? 2026, let's just get there.
I actually agree with you wholeheartedly. I would second that question because I feel like Albon has had a hell of a year.
Yeah.
Carlos Sainz has definitely not gotten off to the right foot for Williams, though they do sit in P5 comfortably. In the standings, I should say. Sainz has not performed to the way that you would expect him to. So I second that question.
Aston Martin, can they catch Williams for P5? I mean, you said comfortably, 18 points back in 6th place, I think is still within reaching distance. That's my big question. Is there enough there with Aston Martin that they can catch Williams? Especially since Williams have struggled pretty notably for a while
now. My question for Aston Martin is, can you continue the streak of good weekends, good consecutive weekends, good qualifying weekends after the start to a rough year?
Stake, can they hold on to P7? Maybe kind of a boring question in comparison, but Bortoletto's looked a lot more comfortable of late. Hulk's massive podium was a huge boost, but this is a team that's hovering around the points. Are they going to be able to, fend off their competition?
My question's simple for Kick. I would just say, what all can we see from Bortoleto?
Sure.
How much more improvement can we get from him?
V-Carb, can they challenge for P6? Lawson looks really comfortable. Might have secured himself a seat next year in 2026. That's my prediction anyway. Hadjar's overperforming, so are they going to be able to properly take it to Aston Martin?
I do believe so. I would say my question for V-Carb is, what's the limit, man? Like, if they just keep continuing to put together really good weekends, really good point weekends, what's the limit for V-Carb, man? Is it maybe they could attack for P5, P6? I would say, what's the limit for V-Carb?
Interesting. Haas, can Ollie Behrman get back into the points? He's been really close a lot. I talked about this at length during my my top 5 rookies video. And honestly, I think he just needs to grab those P10s. He's been really, really, really close a lot. Arguably the most consistent rookie driver. Hadjar's been good, but the level of consistency Ollie's driving with has been really notable as well. Underrated driver this season.
Is Haas going to be able to give Ollie Behrman a car to which he can improve and get better in? Because Ollie's been really good this year. He's shown a lot of progress, a lot of performance. I just question how much that Haas car is letting him be able to show.
Got you. And finally, with Alpine, can Franco Colapinto? Oh, I can already hear them. I can hear them in the comments sections right now. Can Franco Colapinto prove he deserves a seat in 2026? Alpine have been a mess. I'm going to give him the credit there. Alpine have been a mess. This is before he got there, and it's probably going to stay that way after he leaves. But Gasly seems to be the only one finding points for them. It's not even seems. He is. Franco has not been able to keep up in the slightest. He has 0 points this year, just like his counterpart, Jack Doohan. Can Franco find the points or at least get close?
Man, what's next? Doohan didn't work. Colapinto didn't work. What's next? Who's going to be alongside Gasly for 26 and beyond?